Alright, let's welcome everybody to yet again another exciting edition of the MOS here with me, the Madiba Official. Please, if you're here to subscribe to this channel, kindly do us a favor by subscribing to the channel. Please and please and please, after you are done subscribing, kindly help us by turning on the post notification button over there. So in case of any new video, you'll be notified as soon as possible. We really appreciate each and every one of you, as I normally say. And then again, don't forget, this is the channel that updates you with the happenings in Ghana football. Whether it being that of the Ghana Premier League, the Black Stars of Ghana, and what have you. Please, this is the channel for you. We'll preview the matches happening in the Bedpower Premier League. We review them. We also make sure that the tiny little details that people don't pay attention to, we pay attention to them on this channel for you to get to know the nitty-gritties of the happenings in Ghana football. So please, if you like our content or you like any of our content over here, kindly subscribe, sit down and enjoy. Without much ado, let's start today's show from the camp of the Porcupine Warriors. And we are going to look at some of the things that we took out of the game that they drew against that is BBN GoldStars, and that making it back-to-back 1-1 draw at home at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, and the same sequence of events happening in the Baba Yara Sports Stadium against Tamale City. They took a lead in the first half and it was through Rocky Jamina, but yesterday's own it was Safu Taylor Solomon that helped them into the lead before they considered a second half equalizer from that is Abednego Tete for BBN GoldStars. Now let's start from here. For me, Kotoko are yet to improve from their mistakes that they did in the previous matches. And that's one of the things that I picked out of yesterday's game. Look, in the previous games that Kotoko had played throughout the season, I'm not talking about only Abdullah Ghazali, but I'm talking about almost all the coaches that have passed through the Kotoko system this season. From Seydou Zerbo to even Orlando Wellington and to now Abdullah Ghazali. And that's part of the game of them defending crosses into the 18-yard box. Whenever a ball is floated into the 18-yard box, the Kotoko defense will be caught wanting. And we all thought with the signing of Mohamed Al-Hassan that problem will be kept. But no, it has continued for time without number now, and in recent matches that even become worse because whenever they concede a goal, you go and watch out, it's a ball that has been floated into the 18-yard box and the defenders fail to deal with it. I'll not even go far. Even if you look at it from the first half of the season against House of Folk, it was through a set piece that Caliber Mankwa equalized for them. And even in the second leg, it was a set piece that they used to win against Kotoko. Against Accra Olympics, whenever Chris Nete is to float the ball into the 18-yard box, you know it spelled danger for the Porcupine Warriors. Against Accra Olympics, I said, Michael Sess' goal was through a header. Against that is Bekum Chelsea, the same thing happened when they went to the Golden City Park in Bekum. Whenever the Bekum Chelsea strikers are on to, let's say, have their head on a cross that has been floated into the 18-yard box, you go see the defenders who will be caught napping. It happened against Tamale City once again when Yaya Mohammed headed into the back of the net from that is Samson Ediku's that is a delivery. Yesterday too, the same thing happened when Prince Kobno Wusu floated the ball into the 18-yard box, and I bet one player, just the only player in the 18-yard box against 3 or 4 players of Kotoko, but he was able to outjump all of them and knock the ball into the back of the net. So this problem has been it has been consistent, and none of the Kotoko coaches have been able to find an antidote. Abdullah Ghazali talked about it briefly during the post-match conference after they drew against Tamale City, and yesterday too the same thing happened, and he said he has been working on that one in the training grounds, but yet still the players fail to make sure they can be able to defend those balls when they come into the 18-yard box. Then again, Abdullah Ghazali cannot do the job. Abdullah Ghazali can't do the job. So this is the time for them to appoint a manager because the season is over. The season is over. Now Kotoko have 44 points. Indiana Stars 51 points, the game in hand. They will play at home against Kerala United. And if you know Indiana Stars record at home, it means when they are playing at home, the probability of them losing a game is very difficult. So it means Indiana Stars, if they are to win, it means they will extend their lead at the top over Kotoko to 9 points. With how many matches? 4 matches to go. It means they have to lose all the 4 matches. So the league for me is over. And even if Indiana Stars fail to win, Mediema and Bechem are playing today. Now, if Bechem is to win, Bechem will extend the lead to 51 points. That means the points that was separating Bechem and then Kotoko will, that is, amount to 8 points. And 8 points with how many matches? 4 matches is over. If Mediema is to win, it will be how many? It will be 6 points between, that is, Mediema and Kotoko with 4 matches. So for me, the league title is over. So all that they have to concentrate right now is to get a coach in as early as possible. So the coach can be able to set the team and make sure he can be able to pencil down the players that he thinks can be able to fit into his system going into the next season. And the players that will not help him going to the next season. So with that, they can be able to reset themselves and go on for the next season. Then again to Michael Osei, for me, it was a tactical masterclass for Michael Osei because we all knew the kind of form that Abednego Tete is on coming into this game, or that we was on coming into the game against Kotoko yesterday at the Bayera Sports Stadium. But the coach decided to rest him on the bench, allow him to steady the game very well, and when the going gets tough and they need him, they can bring him into the game. And that was what happened in the game. When Kotoko was leading by a goal to nil, he took all the lines of Ibrahim La, and in came Abednego Tete, who was on the bench. Ibrahim La ran the channel, but he wasn't all that effective. Now with Abednego Tete, they have somebody that has the potency of putting the ball at the back of the net. Then he brought in the line of Nuhu Sule, and he told them to make sure they always throw the ball into the 18-yard box, and he told Prince Koblo Usu to always be on the edge of the width so that he can able to make sure he will go past Mohamed Sharif and put in a pinpoint accurate crosses. And it was through one of set runs that led to the equalizer from Abednego Tete. So for me yesterday, Michael Osei totally outclassed Adlai Ghazali. He outfought him, he outtaught him, and for me I think it was good on the part of Michael Osei. Then I'll come into Solomon Sabutela. One thing I realize is that despite the fact that he has been deprived of minutes, for me, the goal that he took was something else. Because you look at when the cross came into the 18-yard box from Mohamed Sharif, Mpim Da Costa failed to deal with the cross. Now, the ball fell down and he was quick to react. And he outfought and outmuzzled, that is Emmanuel Osei Banahene. And after he outmuzzled him, he still had the strength to pick a spot and hit a low drive into the bottom corner of the goalkeeper Joseph Ban, and it ended up at the back of the net. Goalkeeper had no antidote whatsoever. For me, I think he did very well. But he has to also work on his sharpness because in the second half, he had an empty net that he could have put the ball at the back of the net. But Solomon Sabutela failed to convert that chance that fell his way. It was a corner kick that the ball was floated into the 18-yard box. It was left with him and the empty net to just stop the ball. But he outstretched his legs and the ball went over Darius for a goal kick. And then again, Stephen Dese Mokwala has to improve. It's true, he was running the channel, he worked his socks out in the game. But as a striker, working your socks out is not enough. He has about 11 goals in the Ghana Premier League. But the consistency at which he used to score as a point in time in the season is no more there. He is not scoring away, just 2 goals away. And at home that he used to be proficient, this time around he is not scoring at home. And that has led to the fact that Kotoko have failed to pick up victory in their last 3 of their 4 home games that they played. So the last 4 home game matches that Kotoko have played at the Bayera Sports Stadium, they won just 1, and it was against Indiana Stars. So since Indiana Stars, they drew before Indiana Stars against King Faisal. They won against Indiana Stars. They drew against Tamale City. and yesterday to against BBN GoldStars. So what it means is that Kotoko have failed to convert the points because they are lacking the cutting edge of Mukwala, who was doing very well. So we have to also improve on that aspect. Now come on to Frederick Asare. For me, Frederick Asare deserves some commendation and also a call up into some of the youth setup. Look, this is a goalkeeper that have the awareness to read out play. And if you can remember, around the 72nd minutes in the game, there was a true pass to the beginning GoldStars striker. How the goalkeeper timed his run perfectly and made sure he made a timely tackle to deny the striker was something else. He read his line very well. In the first half, Prince Kobdo Owusu decided to unleash a powerful drive outside the 18-yard box to catch the goalkeeper off guard. Despite the ball, for me, it would have been out. It would have been into the back of the net. But he still showed his reflexes, saving the ball out for a corner kick. Whenever there is BBN GoldStars have the ball, you could see that this goalkeeper is always over there. So it's quite unfortunate that the goal, he couldn't do anything because after the ball was floated, it was left with Abednego Tete to net the ball into an unguarded net because the ball was far past him. For me, I think Frederick Asare, as usual, continuing to Darius and make sure that he will show the kind of faith that he has in himself and his confidence and the kind of ability that he has. And for me, I think it's good for him is to continue like this. Is for me, his ceiling, it will be that high. Now we come on to the Kotoko team in general. Look, this team have to improve. As a team, they were no there. Because you look at the team in the first half, just one shot on target. And even if you talk of the tactical play or the play on the field of play, possession-wise, BBN GoldStars had 52%, whilst Kotoko had 48%, being the home side. And for me, I think the Kotoko players, with the kind of game that they are playing, I'll not be surprised if they are to stay out of the top 4 because currently they are out around 6th position on the league level. We have the folk occupying the 5th, Become Chelsea being the 4th team in the Ghana Premier League. So the players have to improve. If not, they are going away to Kotoko Royals. And if you look at the team, again Kotoko Royals away, although they are out, but they want to go out high. And Kotoko away grounds, they've not been delivering. They've lost 6 matches away in the Ghana Premier League. And if you look at this team and the kind of drawn game that they've been playing, like the one of last season, they drew 10 matches. This season, out of match day 30, they've drawn 10. So they've drawn 11. So they've drawn more matches now than they did last year. They've lost more matches now than they did last year. Last year, they lost 6 games in the entirety of the season. This year, they've lost 8 already. They've drawn 11. Last year, they drew 10 matches. So it tells you the kind of inconsistency that the players are on. And for me, I think they have to improve. So for me, these are some of the things that we picked out from Kotoko's drawn game against Darius BBN GoldStars. Let us know your thoughts on this content. Thank you, and may Lord Almighty be with us all. Bye-bye.